It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Tuesday. It is November 7th, and we are once again talking about nice warm temperatures here in the Ozarks. Starting off this morning in the mid-50s for some of you, maybe long sleeve jacket weather. For others that are just fine by the afternoons, well, you may be able to skip the jacket altogether today. I once again have a high temperature that's going to climb to about 78 degrees today. It will be warm in the Ozarks on this Tuesday, and we are going to stay rain-free once again. I have some cloud cover in the forecast, and a south breeze is in the forecast today as well. But overall, we're talking really nice weather conditions in the Ozarks and this warming trend that is going to be pretty persistent through the middle of the week. In fact, we could be approaching record highs in some areas, especially by tomorrow. I have 80s in the forecast on Wednesday, which sounds kind of crazy. I'll bring you back to just 1 week ago when we were talking about record low temperatures. Yeah, 7 days later, we are now talking record highs in the Ozarks, and numbers will make it to the 80s tomorrow. We'll approach 80 in a few places today, but in Springfield, I think we're at about 78 degrees for that afternoon high temperature. A cold front will then come, take all those nice warm temperatures away. That happens on Wednesday night into early Thursday. That's the next best opportunity for a little bit of a shower chance in the Ozarks. Not looking like a washout. At this point, just showers are what's expected. No thunder, no lightning associated with this, and not even a whole lot of moisture. I think we will get a little shower activity. Best chance for that, though, looks to be south of I-44 as we move into the early hours on Thursday. But the bigger story out of that cold front for midweek is that it's going to take these nice warm 80-degree temperatures and knock them down into the 50s for highs by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. So quite a temperature change coming our way. If you love the warm weather, though, it's not necessarily all gone. I was just looking at some of the extended outlooks from the Climate Prediction Center, and it's looking like that second week of November also has chances to be above normal for this part of the country. In fact, a 75% chance or probability that we see temperatures above normal for this time of the year. So it looks like we're going to at least hold on to the mild weather through the second week of November, despite this one little cool down that I have in the forecast coming our way for the second half of the work week. I have temperatures today at 78 in Springfield, partly cloudy skies, and then the winds really pick up tomorrow ahead of that next cold front. Those winds, though, will be warm during the daylight hours, and with at least a partly cloudy sky tomorrow, I think it boosts our temperatures into the low 80s, going 80 for the high temperature in Springfield. Others may make it closer to 82 on Wednesday. That cold front comes through late in the day. We do have about a 50% chance for some showers. As I said, I think it's the southern Ozarks that have the best chance for some rain early in the morning on Thursday. And then it will be turning much cooler. We are talking about temperatures only topping out in the 50s Thursday, Friday, and then we're close to 60 again by Saturday. But low temperatures are going to get cold again. In fact, we could be back close to the freezing point again Friday night into early Saturday morning. Around the country making headlines, you may have seen this. A few folks in Missouri and even the Ozarks have reported that they saw the northern lights this week, Sunday night into early Monday morning. A really active space weather pattern happening with a storm. And it has allowed the northern lights, or the aurora borealis, to be spotted way further south than it typically is. The northern states can often see them in the cooler months. But we had some photos from Warrensburg and also even from Springfield of just hint of some green and some pink in the sky. That was late Sunday night into early Monday. Unfortunately, the chances of one of those geomagnetic storms happening later this week are not looking too likely. But if you saw it, send us a picture if you happen to get one. It would take a low exposure camera definitely to capture that. But if you have one, I would love to see it. You can email me. That's abby@aroundtheozarks.com. Other news across the country is that record heat is taking place not just for us here in the Ozarks. I told you we'd be close to some record highs today and tomorrow, but it's the east and the southeast that maybe 10 to 15 degrees above records. I mean, smashing some of those record high temperatures. That's what's happening for the first week of November for the Southeast. And then we're once again talking about critical fire weather conditions for Hawaii, of course, with Maui making the headlines this year already. We want to mitigate all risk for that. So they are on high alert in Hawaii with some critical fire weather conditions taking place out there with high winds and dry grounds, making for a perfect setup for wildfires. And that's exactly what we do not want to see happen again. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question that I have for you on this Tuesday morning. This is the question that I left you with yesterday. The phrase through thick and thin means through good times and bad, but it used to be a longer phrase specific to what type of event? The options that I gave you were A, hunting, B, sailing, C, ice fishing, or D, storm watching. The answer is A, hunting. I might have thrown you as a weather question, but it's a hunting is the answer today. And this dates back all the way to Old England. It dates back to the 1300s. It's believed that it relates to entering a dark forest. In some places, the trees were thick and overgrown, while in other places, it was sparse and really easy to navigate. During this time, the majority of England was covered in wooded areas, and it is derived from an old hunting expression through thicket and thin wood is the original phrase that now we just shorten to through thick and thin. The thicket is a group of trees or bushes that grow close together. And then those thin areas are the sparse areas with few trees that I was telling you about. The first recorded use of this phrase can be found in Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. So hunting is the answer today. If you answered A, hunting, you are now entered part of a pool to win a $20 gift card to Scooter's Coffee. So congrats if you got that one right. Here's another chance to win. According to NASA, how many people have walked on the moon? Do you think it is A, 8, B, 12, C, 18 people, or D, 24 people? Let me know. You can take your guess. That happens at aroundtheozarks.com. As I mentioned yesterday, if you have Apple or Spotify, please don't forget to review Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. We would love 5 stars. Let's other people know about Wake Up Weather. You can get a quick forecast in the morning as you're heading out the door. If you're driving this morning, listening, it's a pretty nice morning to be waking up in the Ozarks, and it will be a beautiful afternoon. Enjoy the partly sunny skies and high temperatures of 78 degrees. I'll chat with you again early tomorrow morning.